During a solo hiking trip in the dense, untouched forest, Jake stumbled upon an abandoned old war truck partially hidden by overgrowth. Its body, rusted and battered, hinted at years of neglect. But it wasn't just the eerie sight of the vehicle that compelled him to immediately call for help. Something far more alarming awaited inside. What Jake saw through the cracked window made him drop his phone in shock, realizing that this discovery was far more dangerous than he could have ever imagined. But before we start, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any new stories. Alex, a seasoned hiker, began his expedition in a remote forest, appreciating the solitude and natural beauty. With each passing hour, he ventured deeper, losing himself in the serenity. As Alex ventured deeper into the forest, a growing sense of isolation began to envelop him. Fewer birds sang their songs, and even the rustling of leaves seemed to fade away. His instincts told him that something was off, but his curiosity and love for adventure kept him moving forward. Suddenly, Alex stumbled upon an old moss-covered war truck, half buried in the ground. Alex's heart raced as he realized he had encountered something unexpected and potentially dangerous. Curiosity piqued, Alex examined the war truck's exterior closely. His mind raced with questions about the truck's history and the stories it held within its decrepit frame. The peculiar symbols intrigued Alex, suggesting that the war truck's history was more complex than it first appeared. He could not decipher their meaning, but felt a strong connection to the past they represented. The enigma of the truck compelled him to stay and learn more. As the sun began to set, Alex decided to set up camp near the war truck. At dawn, Alex decides to leave the forest to find help and share his discovery. Determined, he starts his hike back to civilization, his mind racing with thoughts of what he had found. He makes his way back to the nearest town, determined to tell someone about the mysterious truck. Upon reaching the town, Alex goes straight to the local police station to report his findings. He approaches the front desk, explaining the details of the old war truck he discovered deep in the forest. The officers listen politely, taking notes as he recounts every detail. They exchange doubtful glances and ask Alex if he's sure about what he saw. Disheartened, Alex leaves the police station but decides to visit the town's historical society for more information. He recalls hearing that the society has extensive records and knowledgeable historians. Maybe they can help determine the origin of the truck. As he approaches the quaint old building, he feels a glimmer of hope. He steps inside, ready to find someone who will appreciate the significance of his discovery. A local historian, intrigued by his account, offers to help Alex uncover the truck's past. The historian, an elderly man with a passion for local history, listens intently as Alex recounts his discovery. Together, they begin searching for clues. The historian shares some documents suggesting military activities in the forest during World War II. Dusty old files reveal records of secret missions and hidden operations in the region. The historian speculates that the abandoned war truck might be linked to one of these long-forgotten missions. This new information only deepens the mystery. Armed with this new information, Alex and the historian plan a return trip to the forest to investigate further. They decide to gather a few more locals who might be interested in exploring the mysterious truck. They gather a small group of locals interested in the mystery and set out together the next morning. The group includes a couple of history enthusiasts, a retired mechanic, and an adventurous young photographer. Back at the truck, they work together to pry open the rusted doors, revealing the haunting interior. Inside, they find a mix of decayed equipment, old maps, and something that sends chills down their spines: documents hinting at a dark, forgotten mission. Inside the truck, they find classified military documents scattered on the seats and floors. The papers are yellowed with age, but the words "Top Secret" still stand out boldly. Some documents lie open, revealing complex schematics and coded messages. The group carefully gathers the papers, placing them in a neat pile on an old map spread across one of the seats. The significance of their find starts to dawn on them. Among the scattered papers, Alex discovers a mysterious artifact that emits a faint but distinct hum. It's a small, metallic object, no larger than his palm, intricately engraved with unfamiliar symbols. The historian examines the symbols on the artifact, recognizing a mix of ancient and unknown characters, suggesting extraterrestrial origins. He traces the patterns with a shaking finger, noting similarities to hieroglyphics and other ancient scripts. Just as they begin to understand the significance of their find, an alert triggers a rapid response from a covert government agency. Without warning, the calm of the forest is shattered by the sound of approaching vehicles and helicopters. Government agents quickly confiscate the documents and artifact, placing them in secure containers. Protective gloves and suits are donned as they handle the fragile papers and the humming artifact with extreme care. Alex and the group are detained for questioning, their involvement scrutinized. Agents lead them to a makeshift interrogation area set up near the truck. Each member of the group is individually questioned about how they found the truck, what they saw, and any other details they can remember. The agents conduct a thorough debriefing, informing Alex and the others of the sensitive nature of their discovery. They explain the potential implications and the necessity of maintaining strict confidentiality. The group listens intently, realizing the gravity of the situation. The site is now empty of any signs of their monumental find, leaving Alex and the group feeling a strange mix of relief and loss. They pack up their equipment, knowing their lives have been irrevocably changed. After the agents depart, the forest falls silent again. Alex and his companions return to town in a state of disbelief, grappling with their newfound knowledge. Back at his home, Alex reflects on the surreal experience he just lived through. He sits on the couch, turning on the TV but finding it impossible to concentrate. The potential implications of his discovery weigh heavily on him, as he replays every moment and every warning in his mind. Intrigued by the rumors, an investigative journalist arrives in town hoping to uncover the truth. The journalist tracks down Alex, pestering him for details about what happened in the forest. Eventually, she convinces him to sit down and talk, hoping to get his side of the story. Reluctant but needing to unburden, Alex cautiously shares a sanitized version of the story. The journalist, sensing there's more to the story, digs deeper into the town's history and past military activities. She spends hours in the local library, flipping through old newspapers and poring over dusty archives. She interviews elderly residents, retired military personnel, and anyone with a memory that reaches back to World War II. Meanwhile, Alex begins to experience unusual occurrences, seemingly linked to his proximity to the artifact. His electrical appliances malfunction randomly, lights flicker at odd times, and he hears strange, distant sounds that seem to come from nowhere. Determined to find some answers, Alex decides to contact the historian again. He hopes to delve deeper into the origins of the strange artifact they discovered. During their meeting, the historian reveals more about ancient texts and myths that might be related to extraterrestrial life. The historian explains how these texts often described beings with advanced technologies, drawing eerily similar parallels to the symbols on the artifact. Together, Alex and the historian hypothesize a possible connection between the mysterious artifact and lost ancient civilizations. Could the war truck and artifact be remnants of a hidden chapter in human history, linking ancient people to advanced, perhaps alien visitors? In a moment of clarity, Alex decides that bringing the truth to light is worth the risk. He knows that revealing the truth might have serious consequences, but the importance of exposing what he found outweighs his fears. With determination, he decides to break the silence and share everything he knows. He reaches out to the journalist with the full, unvarnished story, including the artifact and the covert government operation. The urgency in his voice prompts the journalist to take him seriously. They arrange a discreet meeting where Alex spills every detail, from the discovery of the truck to the mysterious artifact and the government's swift response. The journalist, captivated by the revelation, begins writing an exposé, taking care to verify every detail. She contacts experts, corroborates Alex's story with historical records, and cross-references the facts. As the story comes together, Alex and the historian prepare for potential fallout, knowing the government won't take kindly to their defiance. They secure important documents and make copies of everything related to the truck and the artifact. The journalist's exposé finally gets published, triggering a storm of media attention and public debate. The story quickly spreads, capturing the imagination of many and sparking intense discussions. News outlets pick up the story, and social media buzzes with theories and opinions. The government quickly responds, dismissing the article as fiction and launching a disinformation campaign. The artifact's existence and mysterious nature become the core subject of multiple independent investigations. Scientists, historians, and amateur sleuths each bring their expertise to unravel its secrets. A group of scientists offers to analyze the artifact discreetly, hoping to uncover its origins and purpose. They set up a covert lab, away from prying eyes, to conduct their research in secrecy. The team includes experts in ancient languages, materials science, and astrophysics, all united by their curiosity and determination to uncover the truth. Their preliminary findings suggest materials and technologies unknown to Earth, adding credence to the extraterrestrial theory. The scientists discover that the artifact's composition doesn't match any known earthly elements. Advanced imaging techniques reveal intricate internal structures, further baffling the team. Excitement grows as they hypothesize about the artifact's origin and function. Each piece of data they gather pushes the boundaries of human knowledge and reinforces the possibility of contact with an advanced alien civilization. This revelation shifts public perception, increasing pressure on the government to be transparent. As word of the preliminary findings leaks, the public begins to demand answers. Media coverage intensifies, with journalists and influencers amplifying the call for transparency. Protests erupt in major cities, with people demanding that the government release all information related to the artifact and its origins. The pressure on officials mounts as maintaining secrecy becomes increasingly difficult in the face of growing public interest. Government agencies respond with heightened security and further classified operations to contain the situation. Increased surveillance and restricted access to sites related to the artifact become the norm. Special task forces are deployed to monitor the scientists and their research. The government issues warnings to those attempting to delve too deeply, emphasizing national security concerns. Despite these measures, the undercurrent of public curiosity and skepticism remains strong, fueling further investigations and leaks. Amid the chaos, Alex and his allies struggle to protect the truth and ensure the artifact's secrets are not buried again. Alex and his allies face increasing surveillance and harassment. Some are threatened with legal action or worse if they continue their efforts. Alex and his group brace for a final confrontation, determined to reveal the full scope of their discovery to the world. They gather all their evidence, ensuring it is backed up and distributed to trusted allies. In a climactic turn, they strategically release their findings, making it impossible for any single entity to suppress the information. The story ends with a sense of vindication and uncertainty, as the world grapples with the newfound knowledge and its implications for humanity's future. Alex and his allies feel a mix of relief and cautious optimism. They've achieved their goal of transparency, but the journey ahead is unclear. Society now faces the challenge of integrating this profound discovery into its understanding of history and existence. The world watches, waiting to see what unfolds next.